And we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? This is our Friday Night Live. Hope everybody's doing good. It's Lindsay. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Do, 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 do. Hope everyone's doing great tonight. How are you doing, Hannah? Sorry, I wanted to pull that part up on the screen. I found another video in another Gypsy Rose Blanchard playlist as far as for the trial in itself. And it kind of shows her in court. So I wanted to involve that as well. You've been okay? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Good to hear. We'll get started in just a minute here. We did in the last live stream, we covered the, hang on one second here. I'll be able to tell you exactly what we covered. In the last live stream, we covered the trial motions hearing. We covered the trial jury instructions. We didn't do the alternate jurors. I didn't even know anything about alternate jurors. We did the prosecution opening statement and we did the defense opening statement. And we started on Deputy Mike Robertson. I'm in Central Time Zone, Hannah. Hi, one ear up, honey bun. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Welcome. We're looking at the complete Dee Dee Blanchard murder trial today. Guys, we're going to do about 2 hours of streaming on the trial and analysis. There may be some things in here that I've made videos on. Again, if I've made videos on them, like the text messages, we probably won't go through every text message that they're reading because I've read mostly all of them. So we'll probably skip through that. But like I said, we will watch Gypsy's part again. If you haven't seen my latest video, I go through Gypsy Rose's interrogation, right? I put that up as a separate video. I'm just going to make that a separate video so I can kind of get that out quicker because there's a lot of testimony, a lot of video here. I'm in Central Time Zone. And hello, Angela. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We'll be getting started in just a moment here. We'll be getting started in just a moment. I just want to let a few more people come in. But we want to put Gypsy back up here. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. I hope everybody's week has been going well. I created a good amount. I got about an hour in the other video this morning with just Gypsy's testimony. Woo, I made some notes I will share once I make through the rest. Okay, that'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. We're going to get this started here in just a second. I'm probably going to give it like 30 more seconds or so. Just give it a few more moments, everybody. Just want to see if some more people will come in. I love these little sounds they have. Let's see what other music I have. I like that one too. Boom, 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 boom. I like that song too. Okay. Yes, please hit the like button and subscribe, guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe and check out my last 2 videos. Make sure you like those videos as well. Guys, we are... One moment. We're at 989 subscribers. We've been getting toyed with a little bit. It's like I'll get a subscriber. I'll be up to 991 and then it'll drop back down to 990. Then it'll go back up and then it'll go back down, go back up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like I just want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I just want to make that happen. Once I make that happen, I'm full speed ahead. I've already been full speed ahead, but goodness gracious, it's like 989 is just that spot. I need to push past 989. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming. It's coming sooner than later. Like, come on. Like, I was at 991 and I was like, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? I'm sitting there staring at it like, why did it drop? But, it happens. It happens. It's going to happen. So I have to learn how to accept that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and... Oh, there's my train. Let's give the train a minute. I'll turn back on the background music. Okay, I can turn my mic back on. The train is not blasting anymore. Okay, so let's get into this. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, this is Gypsy Blanchard's first appearance in the court system. Okay, so here we go. Boop. All right.
I'll be back for time. If I could have just a second. Okay, thank you.
State of Wisconsin versus Nicholas Godejohn, 15 CF 754, signed to Judge Boring.
State by Kevin Osborne.
Nicholas Godejohn appears in person with Aaron Menden as a friend of the court. He was not evaluated yet because they weren't booked into the jail, so it wasn't on the list, but we will do that as soon as possible.
Is the defendant's current address 1307 Cleveland Avenue?
All right.
No.
Can you tell me what the new one is?
The new one, it's West 228, South 8755. Big Bend, Wisconsin.
Wait a minute. We got a super sticker. Thank you so much, Shona, for the super sticker. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. That's nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. I had to stop the video for that. Sorry.
No, it's in Big Bend.
What's the road?
The name of the road is Cherry Street.
Cherry.
Yes.
You have a zip code for Big Bend?
Is it 83?
53103?
Yeah.
I believe that's what it is.
Attorney Mendon, do you acknowledge receipt of the criminal complaint?
Yes, we waive its reading.
What is the state's position regarding bail?
Your Honor, Mr. Godejohn, as well as Gypsy Blanchard, who will be out shortly, are charged with 2 felonies each in the state of Missouri, one of which is first-degree murder, which carries a potential of either life imprisonment or death. They have a $1 million bail in Missouri. As far as I know, the only connection Mr. Godejohn has with Missouri is that he went there to see Ms. Blanchard, and while there, at her behest, apparently, that's just based on his own statement, he did stab to death Gypsy Blanchard's mother. They then fled that jurisdiction, taking a bus back to Wisconsin. Strangely enough, they took the murder weapon, apparently put it in a parcel and mailed it back to Big Bend so that it wouldn't be discovered in Missouri. Given the cash bail in Missouri, given the fact that he's fled that jurisdiction already and has no known ties to that jurisdiction, and perhaps most importantly, based upon the fact that he has a $1 million cash bail there, the state would ask for the same here. The state's request is $1 million cash bail with the condition that he have no contact with Gypsy Blanchard.
Looking at the complaint, after the affidavit, there's attached a warrant for arrest from the state of Missouri, but it says it's for Gypsy Blanchard.
I apologize. I believe whoever did this felt that the 2 warrants were the same, and frankly, they are, other than his name being on the correct warrant. I don't have any copies of that, Your Honor, since obviously they made a copy of the wrong warrant, but identical to the one that Ms. Mendon has, other than his name is there instead of Gypsy Blanchard's.
Okay, so then you wanted to amend the complaint to include the warrant from Greene County, Missouri for Mr. Godejohn?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Attorney Mendon, you had an opportunity to review the document?
I did.
Okay. And what is your response regarding bail?
We don't have any position in policy.
Okay. Having had an opportunity to review the information submitted in court today, court does believe that substantial cash bail is warranted and is ordering cash bail in the amount of $1 million. Conditions of the bail are that the defendant have no contact with Gypsy Blanchard. He's also ordered not to leave the state of Wisconsin under his own power. So if he's transported by police, that's obviously a different
So Nick got bail. Nick was granted a bail of $1 million. Nick was granted a bail of $1 million. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's at that point you could have just said no bail, right? That knife was mailed back to Nick's home so she could set him up with it. The same thing in the wording of the 2 comments she made and made it sound like Nick wrote it. A total piece of work. Yeah, I still don't understand I do not understand the whole mailing of the weapon. The mailing of the weapon back to the home. The mailing of the weapon back to the home. What? You use the weapon and you mail it to his home? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? For what reason? Could you spell guilt in any other way? Like, come on now. That's just dumb. That's just that's just sick. Thank you for joining, Jalen. And I don't think she intended on going back with him either because she only got one bus ticket to begin with. She did. I believe so. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that as well. She only got one bus ticket and they had to like play it by ear from what I remember from the interrogation. Yeah, you're right. If you guys are just joining, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button. We want to, again, thank Shona for the super sticker. That's so nice. That's so amazing. People that sent the super stickers in the last chat and in this chat, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K. And like I said, we're at 989. So you can see how close we are. We're on the cusp. We're on the literal cusp of 1K. And we're climbing that mountain. You know what I mean? So if you guys can sit up and like the stream. That's the least I ask. Like the stream. We just got one sub. I don't know who it was. If you're in here, thank you so much for subscribing. I have an entire Gypsy Rose Blanchard playlist. So if you like content like this, you're going to want to get in there because it goes deeper than this, right?
Scenario. With regard to a preliminary hearing, are you prepared to address that today? I'm sorry, it is an extradition.
That's great.
So we'll get you a date in front of Judge Bourne.
Thank you. That's great. That's fine.
You pay the bail bonds.
Whatever, and they put the whole million.
Goodness.
They posted.
Great to meet you. So much jargon. Great to meet you, Jolynn. Oh, it's no issue. It's no issue. I just like making videos as well. I like making videos as well. The least you can do for me is watch the video and leave a comment and like the stream and like the videos. That's the least you can do for me because in the end of it all, we gain subscribers, we gain attention, and other people see it. So that's the least you can do is support the stream by liking the stream, liking the videos, sharing the videos, and commenting because that gets more attention to the videos and the streams. So I really appreciate that. That's really sweet. And in your free time, you can look at some of the videos. I have other things besides Gypsy Rose videos and things of that nature.
You knew something like that.
State of Wisconsin versus Gypsy Blanchard, case number 15 CL755, assigned to Judge Bourne.
Saved by Kevin Osborne.
Hey, Kimberly. Gypsy looks so small. Gypsy is a tiny person. Do you guys notice that? Look how tiny she is.
Blanchard appears in person with Aaron Mendon as a friend of the court.
And what is Ms. Blanchard's current address?
Can you tell them your address?
2103 West Volunteer Way, Springfield, Missouri, 65803.
Did you get that?
No.
2103?
West Volunteer Way, Springfield, Missouri, 65803.
Attorney Mendon, do you acknowledge receipt of the criminal complaints?
Yes, we waive its reading.
What is the state's position regarding bail?
Your Honor, the state is once again requesting cash bail in the amount of $1 million. That's the bail in Missouri. I would note that.
Did they say $9?
Individual is alleged to have conspired with Nicholas Godejohn.
Wait,
to-
did he say?
and asked him to
Hold on.
stab her mother to death so that they could be the individual.
Hold on. Did they say $9? I know they gave Nicholas $1 million. Did they say $9 American dollars? Okay, wait, hang on. I might have heard that wrong. Wait.
Your Honor, the state is once again requesting cash bail in the amount of $1 million. That's the bail in Missouri. I would note that this individual is alleged to have conspired with Nicholas Godejohn and asked him to stab her mother to death so that they could be together, and stole money from her deceased mother's safe and fled the state of Missouri, coming to the state of Wisconsin.
Why is her bail $9? I know I'm hearing $9. I know I'm hearing 9. I'm not hearing 90. I'm not hearing 900. I'm not hearing 90,000. I'm not. He said $1 million? Whoa. Hold on. One more time because whoa.
Your Honor, the state is once again requesting cash bail in the amount of $1 million. That's the bail in Missouri. I would note that this individual is alleged to have conspired with Nicholas Godejohn and asked him to stab her mother to death so that they could be together, and stole money from her deceased mother's safe and fled the state of Missouri, coming to the state of Wisconsin. She has no known ties to the state of Wisconsin other than her relationship with Mr. Godejohn. At this point in time, she's looking, just as Mr. Godejohn is, at 2 felony charges, most significantly one being first-degree murder, where the penalty is life.
Okay, $1 million is more realistic. $1 million is more realistic. $9, that's not gonna fly. You could have just said 0. If you're gonna say 9, you could have said 0. You said $1 million. Okay, $1 million's fine. $1 million's fine. I feel like if you're gonna say $1 million, you could just say no bond, especially for people who don't have money. Where are they getting $100,000 for? Especially if they're going back to jail. I don't get it. But I mean, hey, it's maybe they want a little bit of peace. I don't know. I really don't get it. But $1 million is fine.
Imprisonment or death. So given those factors, the state does believe she has substantial flight risk and would ask that the court impose the same bail that Mr. Godejohn got of $1 million with conditions not to contact Mr. Godejohn and not to leave the state of Wisconsin, except as, I guess, if they are ultimately extradited.
Attorney Mendon,
No comments there.
having reviewed the criminal complaint, court does believe that $1 million cash bail is warranted based upon the allegations. Court is ordering $1 million cash
$1
bail.
million.
Conditions are that the defendant have no contact with Nicholas Godejohn. She's also ordered not to leave.
Did
the
she
state
get
of
bailed out?
Wisconsin unless she is under a police escort.
Did somebody bail? Did Rod and Christy bail her out? I don't think they did.
Judge Bourne.
No shade. No shade. I don't think Rod and Christy bailed her out.
29th at 8:30 in branch 1.
Listen. No shade. I don't think Rod and Christy bailed her out. No shade. I'm not even being messy, but I don't think they did. No mess. No drama, no mess, no none of that. But you know, did they? I could be wrong. Hey, I could be wrong, but I don't.
So someone will come see you in the next 2 days and it's for you to look at, okay? Okay, this way.
That's $100,000 that you're just giving to the. You're just giving that away. You're giving that money away. Like, I don't get it. What is this? What is this person doing? Is that the end of it? He's coming back.
If I could have just a second. Thank you.
State of Wisconsin versus Nicholas Godejohn, 15 CF 754, signed to Judge Boring.
State by Kevin Osborne.
Nicholas Godejohn appears in person with Aaron Menden as a friend of the court. He was not evaluated yet because they weren't booked on into the jail, so it wasn't on the list, but we will do that as soon as possible.
Is the defendant's current address 1307 Cleveland Avenue?
Oh, we saw
No.
this. We saw that, guys. We saw that. They just they're replaying it here, I believe. Yeah, there's Gypsy again. Hang on.
Warrant, but it's identical to the one that Ms. Menden has, other than his name is there instead of Gypsy Blanchard's.
Oh. And we'll schedule this in front of Judge Boring.
Oh, maybe it's
We
not.
did June 29th at 8:30 in branch 1.
So someone will come see you in the next 2 days and it's for you to look at, okay? Okay, this way.
Maybe she hadn't been in jail that long because she's crying like really like bad. 6/17, yeah. She hadn't been in jail that long. She had been in jail for what? A couple days.
If I could have just a second.
I thought it was the same thing playing over, but it's not, guys. It's not.
Thank you.
State of Wisconsin versus Nicholas Godejohn, 15 CF 754, signed to Judge Boring.
State by Kevin Osborne.
Nicholas Godejohn appears in person with Aaron Menden as a friend of the court. He was not evaluated yet because they weren't booked on into the jail, so it wasn't on the list, but we will do that as soon as possible.
Is the defendant's current address 1307 Cleveland Avenue?
All right.
No.
Can you tell me what the new one is?
The new one, it's West 228, South 8755, Big Bend, Wisconsin. Changed.
Big Bend Road
No, it's in Big Bend.
What's the road?
Road?
The name of the road is Cherry Street.
Cherry.
Yes.
You know the zip code for Big Bend?
Is it 83?
53103.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
5 assigned to Judge Boring.
State by Kevin Osborne.
I have just one second. Okay. Gypsy Blanchard appears in person with Aaron Menden as a friend of the court.
And what is Ms. Blanchard's current address?
Can you tell them your address?
2103 West Volunteer Way, Springfield, Missouri, 65803.
This seems like the same thing.
No.
2103?
West Volunteer Way, Springfield, Missouri, 65803.
City Menden, do you acknowledge receipt of the criminal complaints?
Yes, we have three.
What is the state's position regarding bail?
We saw this.
Your Honor, the state is once again requesting cash bail in the amount of $1 million. That's the bail in Missouri. I would note that this individual is alleged to have conspired with Nicholas Godejohn to and asked him to stab her mother to death so that they could be together, and stole money from her deceased mother's safe and fled the state of Missouri, coming to the state of Wisconsin. She has no known ties to the state of Wisconsin other than her relation.
Under his own power. So if he's transported by police, that's obviously a different scenario. With regard to a preliminary hearing, are you prepared to?
Hi, Pink Cloud Vodcast.
Sorry, it is an extradition. We'll get you a date in front of Judge Bourne.
If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream and hit that sub button. We're at 992, guys. We're at 992.
That's fine.
We need 8 more subs to hit our goal, guys. 8 more. Make sure you guys like that stream. Check out my last 2 videos. Thank you guys for sticking in here with me.
Put the whole million.
They posted on it, they didn't show up, they sent the bill.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Send it back.
I knew you knew something like that.
Okay, what is going on with the repeating of the videos here? Is it just a repeat?
State of Wisconsin versus Gypsy Blanchard, case number 15 CF75 from state of Missouri, but it says it's for Gypsy Blanchard.
Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Angela. Hi, Pink Cloud. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Make sure to like the stream.
You know, I apologize. I believe whoever did this felt that the 2 warrants were the same, and frankly, they are, other than his name being on the correct warrant.
We're at 993, guys. Let's go.
Obviously, they made a copy of the wrong.
Keep pushing it out. Keep
Identical
pushing
to
it
the one that
out.
Ms. Menden has, other than his name is there instead of Gypsy Blanchard's.
Okay, so then you wanted to amend the complaint to include the warrant from Greene County, Missouri for Mr. Godejohn?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Attorney Menden, you had an opportunity to review the document?
I did.
Okay. And what is your response regarding bail?
We don't have any position in bail today.
Okay. Having had an opportunity to review the information submitted in court today, court does believe that substantial cash bail is warranted and is ordering.
I'm not understanding what's going on here. They keep replaying the same
Why
thing.
did you complain?
So I'm going to skip this. We've seen it over and over again. I feel like they were just replaying it. So we see Gypsy and Nick for the first time in court. You know, they get their bails, or each $1 million a piece. I don't think either one of them bailed out. You know, they did describe their charges, all of those things, and a lot of other law jargon. Now, we went through the motions. We went through the trial jury instructions. We went through the opening statement. We went through the defense opening and the prosecution opening. I feel like the defense opening statement was very weak, entirely weak, too weak. It was horrible. A 9th grader could have did better than that. Now we're going to go into the first witness, which is Deputy Mike Robertson. I believe that was the first witness, right? That should be the whole thing here. Yes. Is this all law and crime here? Go back to law and crime. All right. I like law and crime because it's a little bit more cohesive. But that one just had a few extra things in it. All right. All right. Before we start this one off, this is the first witness. And before we start this one off, guys, I want to thank everybody for sticking in there, watching the videos, enjoying the videos, commenting on the videos, liking the videos, and subscribing. Gypsy Rose has been a hot topic that we've all been able to give our opinions on, and we have a lot of good topics coming soon as well. I have 2 videos that I'd like you guys to go check out, my 2 latest videos. I did her on the stand. The first part of that is out. It's an actual video. We'll cover it on the live, but I wanted to get the actual video out. So if you guys want to see her on the stand, go check that out. It's up on my channel. And the video before that is of the 7M documentary. So you guys can go check that out as well. Okay. All right. So let's get started with the first witness.
Yes, sir.
State's first witness.
Mike Robertson. Deputy Robertson. Come on up. Okay. Have a seat up here, okay? You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the cause now pending for the court
Yes.
will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Keep your voice up and face the jury, okay? Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Say your name for the record, please.
Michael Lee Robertson.
How are you employed?
I'm a Greene County Sheriff Deputy,
How long have you worked for the sheriff's office?
almost 18 years.
What is your current assignment?
I work with our civil division now.
What does that mean, just in general?
We do protection orders, various civil papers, evictions, writ of body attachments, which are warrants, things like that.
Is that a job you saw in the sheriff's office?
Mhm.
Oh, and, Armand, you gotta say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
We're at part time typing down,
Yes,
that's
sir.
normally fine. What did you do for the sheriff's office in June of 2015?
I was a patrol deputy.
Could you talk to the jury a little bit about what the duties of a patrol deputy are?
Various functions, criminal investigation, some accident, traffic investigations, or traffic stops, or things like that. It's about things that's generally what it is, working cases and taking initial reports for cases and stuff like that.
Responding to 911 dispatches?
Yes.
Well, I take you back to June 14th of 2015. On that day in the afternoon, did you have an occasion to be dispatched to 2103 West Volunteer Way?
Yes.
Is that a location here in Greene County?
Yes.
What was it that caused you to be dispatched to that location?
Came out to check the well-being for 2 residents in that, 2 individuals in that residence.
And was there something about in the notes, in the dispatch notes, about why you were going there to check the well-being of the residents?
Yes, something about Facebook posts that friends of the 2 individuals had received, stating that they had possibly been raped and murdered, or either or.
And so did you respond to that location?
Yes, sir.
Were there other deputies who responded there with you?
Yes, sir.
Deputy, let me get this little question out for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. This deputy is like, I don't want to be here. I have things to do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't want to be here. Like, what? Yes, I can, Lindsay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so did you respond to that location?
Yes, sir.
Were there other deputies who responded there with you?
Yes, sir.
Deputy, let me get this little question out for you.
Yes, sir.
Deputy Robertson, I'm going to show you a series of photos here that are marked You can see they're marked on the back with the state's exhibit sticker, but state's exhibits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you just take a moment and look at those.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without.
So, Your Robertson, in general, what are we looking at in state's exhibits 1 through 5?
The residence in which I responded to,
At 2103 West Volunteer Way?
yes.
And I noticed there's some crime scene tape in some of those pictures,
Yes.
and that would not have been there when you arrived.
No, sir.
Other than that, the state's exhibits 1 through 5 fairly and accurately depict the exterior of the residence?
Yes.
I move to admit state's exhibits 1 through 5.
No objection, Your Honor.
They'll be admitted without objection. Can you see that, Jackie?
Yes, sir.
Can everyone see the screen?
Can you all see it okay?
All right.
All right.
When you got to,
Delivered and
well, let me put
added.
the first picture. Let's look at state's exhibit 1 here. Is that the residence we've been discussing?
Yes.
The pink one with the white railings and ramps?
Yes.
When you got to that location, what did you find?
The vehicle in question sitting in the driveway, and it looked just pretty much like that.
When you say the vehicle, you're talking about the Nissan Cube there?
Yes.
And was there anyone there when you got there?
There were friends of the family there that initially made the 911 call.
And did you speak with them?
It was real brief, but Deputy Hughes spoke to them most of the time.
Did you check the residence to see if you could locate Claudine Blanchard, Gypsy Blanchard?
Yes.
Can you describe what you did to do that?
We checked the windows to see, and the door to see if there was any forced entry or any broken windows. We couldn't see in because the windows were blacked out. But we didn't see any signs of forced entry or anything like that.
And did you just check the front windows there and door? Or did you check other parts of the residence?
We checked all the windows.
And so now looking at State's Exhibit 2, on the right side of the residence, looks like there's a window and door on that side as well.
Yes.
And you checked those?
Yes.
And State's Exhibit 3 is a different view of that side, correct?
Correct.
And what are we looking at now?
That is the back side or north side of the residence.
Did you check that as well?
Yes.
No signs of forced entry?
No, sir.
And now we can see the left side of the house there. Did you check that window as well?
Yes, sir.
And so, did you all knock on the door, ring the doorbell, try to find anyone?
Yes, we knocked on the doors, all the windows. We identified ourselves, as much as we could through the windows. We got no response.
Did you check the mailbox?
Yes.
Why did you check the mailbox?
To see if the mail had been checked, because they said they had not been seen for 2 days, and there was still mail in the mailbox.
Can you recall what the postmark was of that mail?
I don't remember.
Can we refresh your recollection, look at your report?
Yes.
Is that your report there?
Yes.
And if you just take a moment and read it to yourself, not out loud. Don't say it out loud. Does that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
What was the postmark of the mail in the mailbox?
June 8th, 2015.
So after you and the other deputies were not able to obtain the attention of anyone inside the residence and checking the mailbox, do you then continue to investigate this case or you hand it off to someone? How does that work?
I called our on-call detective and informed him of the matter.
And then did they respond after the resident?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Anything with this witness?
No, Your Honor.
They need to be excused?
Yes, sir.
Deputy? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That was quick.
Yes, sir. You have another witness?
Yes, just one more.
That was real quick. That was really quick. But Jalen says the windows were blacked out so no one can see Gyps walking around in the house. Not when they were doing this welfare check, but for a long time. I could see some truth to that because, you know, Dee Dee and Gypsy don't want everybody to know that Gypsy can walk. So, of course, they would want some type of privacy in the house. So that makes sense. Right? So the first detective, he basically comes up and he says what, you know, we already know. He says what we already know. He says they got a call from the neighbors. The neighbors said they got a suspicious Facebook message and they went over to check things out. There was no sign of forced entry. The mail was still there from days ago, and that was pretty much his extent to the case. So, and then he got to go. He was real quick up there.
State called Jim Stanley.
Why didn't they didn't cross him? Weak lawyers. Why aren't you crossing everybody? I mean, I guess if you're a public defender, no stop.
Watch your step. People trip on that all the time. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now pending before the court? The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I do. Thank you. Have a seat. Yes, sir.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
Jim Stanley.
How are you employed?
I am a owner of Forensic Fire Investigations here in Springfield, Missouri.
What does that business do?
We investigate fires and explosion incidents for the public sector.
Did you used to work for the Greene County Sheriff's Office?
I did.
When did you leave the Greene County Sheriff's Office?
December 28th of 2015
And why did you leave that?
to get into the private sector.
Speaking to the windows, I in my video covering look at my little stuffed animal. But in my video covering the crime scene photos, I saw one of their windows. It kind of looked stained glass. It looked stained glass for some reason. And then one of the photos, they had like a towel over it or something like that. I was like, what is going on in this place? You know what I'm saying? What is going on? You know? Like, I didn't know, but what you're saying is making sense. What you're saying is making a lot of sense, guys. If you have not, and you're in the stream, or you have not liked the stream, please like the stream, lick the stream, and like the stream, guys and girls, like the stream. I think it's mostly girls in here, but that's fine. We'll diversify along the way, I'm sure. And if not, hey. Guys, make sure to hit that subscription button. Let's check the analytics really quickly. I'm going to make sure to get some good sleep tonight because all I've been doing is watching analytics. Like, I need to reset this weekend. But if you guys can hit that subscribe button, it would make my weekend. I'm literally like 8 off of 1,000. which is a huge feat, guys. A huge feat, I'll tell you that much. 992 is a huge feat. In the last 28 days, in the last 28 days, guys, we have over 6,000 hours of watched content. Thanks. I don't know, but that's pretty. No, I'm sorry. Watch time it was 6,000 like yesterday. Today it's peaking at a little bit under 5,000. A little bit under 5,000 hours of watch time in the past 28 days. 537 subscribers and 37,000 views. I just want every video to be better, and it's sometimes it can be challenging because you're trying to tap into good topics. You want each video to be good, but I feel like each video you learn something, you get better. So I appreciate it, guys. I definitely do. And I'm looking at other creators. They tell you creators that your followers follow, and you get to see like insights from them. So let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys. I want to see how many subs I got. I know we took it 996, guys. Come on. Okay. I swear. I don't mean to swear, but I'm gonna have like a glass of wine if we hit it tonight. I will. I'll just let it go.
You worked for the sheriff's
Just let it
office.
go.
How long did you work for them?
Yeah, we're gonna be. A lot of people said they wanted to talk about. Thank you so much, Monica. A lot of people said they wanted to talk about. What is that? I gotta go to the community tab. Hang on one second. I did a. Leah Remini and Scientology. I don't even know what that is. So, like I said, I was gonna be taking a break this weekend and like doing me and like relaxing and basking in a bathtub. Yeah, right. I'm gonna be watching Leah Remini documentaries and doing research on it and posting to Instagram and researching. It's a lot of research that goes into it. And I find it's really entertaining, guys. It's really entertaining. When I first started with Gypsy, no. I'm not sensationalizing the Gypsy stuff. Because when I got onto Gypsy, I was actually doing an A to Z scandal series. And G came up and I got a suggestion by someone in the chat to do Gypsy Rose. But I said, Gypsy Rose isn't a scandal, but how can I turn it into one? So I said, I'm going to ask a really iffy question. I'm going to say, should she be accepted as an influencer? Because I know that's going to turn some tables. And I made that video and I got a lot of hate for it. People were like, how dare you, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody told me to do my research. They said, do your research. You're obviously uninformed. You're just taking what you heard from the documentary, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, you want me to do my research? I will do my research. So I pulled up the interrogation, all of Nick's, all of Gypsy's, the text messages. I got everything, the crime scene photos, and I made like 13 videos on it. I read every text. I watched every minute of the interrogation. Do you want me to do my research? Hey, I'll do my research. So it's coming from the G on my scandal series, guys. So If you guys want to check out the scandal series, different scandals, because that's the premise of my channel as a whole. It started off as a scandal channel, and it still is. It still is. So we still have scandals, and you guys said you wanted to know about Leah Remini and Scientology. I also need you guys' help with some K topics, because that's where my next scandal video is going to come from. Like I said, I have a lot of video ideas. We're going to crank out the Gypsy video, which is Gypsy on the stand. I posted that one today. We have a 7M video to finish, and then we're going to get back into our scandal series. So there's a lot. If you got any K ideas for scandals, let me know. I'm going to run a poll, and then we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does, you know? So, yes, ma'am. I already have one for M, so we're good on M. But it's just K and L. Well, L, I think we have L. L is Leah Remini. I don't know anything about her. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, you know, it's a lot of research. It's a lot of your mind goes day and day and day. You don't really, I find it hard to not think about it, not think about YouTube, or like take a break, because I feel like there's always something you can change to do better. I feel like there's always something you can add to your content. And I try to do it navigating on my own. I mean, I do have books. I do follow other content creators, but I feel like you need to do the research and then like kind of find your own way. Put your own twist on it, so your subscribers come back to you, because they're coming to you for something unique you give them. Madeline Soto, yeah, I feel like Micah Miller is hot too. Micah Miller is really hot. I mean, like her case is hot. Like her case is really hot now. That was the wife of the pastor who unalived herself, and they were saying that he was kind of abusive emotionally. I don't know if you guys heard about that. But hang on, guys. I'm going to play this for you, and I got to go answer the door really quick.
I was started in March of 2001.
And what types of duties
I'll
did
be
you have
right
during the
back.
time you were with the sheriff's office?
Initially, I was hired as a patrol officer, then I was promoted up to patrol sergeant. I was promoted into the detective division. And before I left the Greene County Sheriff's Office, I was a supervising sergeant over the property crimes division.
Can you talk a little bit about what it means to be in the detective division of the sheriff's office?
Yes. For me, I did numerous types of crimes, violent crimes. I did property crimes. I was also a fire and explosion investigator, so I was detached Springfield Fire Department, where I served as a bomb tech on the bomb squad.
With regard, did you work on any homicide investigations
I did.
as a detective?
Yes.
What kind of training did you have in that area?
Attended numerous seminars, trainings over the years. I attended some of the courses I've taken was homicide investigation techniques, major crimes investigator, major case squad training, and I'm a level 3 CSI through the Missouri Southern State Catalytic Council.
And by CSI, you mean crime scene investigator?
Yes, sir.
You said that at the end of your time in the sheriff's office, you were a supervising sergeant?
Correct.
Can you talk just a little bit about that?
Yeah, I had a group of 10 detectives that were under my command, and they were in the property crimes division, so they would investigate anything from burglaries to auto theft. They could go on other things too as well to assist other scenes as far as homicides, violent crimes, arsons, any type of incident.
I want to draw your attention to June 14th of 2015. Were you working for the sheriff's office on that day?
Yes.
Did you have an occasion to be called out to 2103 West Volunteer West?
All right, guys, I'm back.
Is that a location here in Greene County?
It is.
Why were you called out to that location?
I was called out by my lieutenant.
What did I miss?
In reference to possible suspicious
Tell me what I
circumstances.
missed.
Once I arrived out at the scene, they told me that if
Tell me
there
what I
was a
missed.
crime, I would be in charge of the crime.
You mean, if I charge the crime, you mean in charge of the crime scene?
Yes, correct.
And did you ultimately perform a search of 2103 West Volunteer Way?
I did.
And was that pursuant to a search warrant?
It was.
It's Exhibit 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We will skip 13 through 18, 19, 20, 20A, 21, 22A, and 22B,
Oh, that was good.
22, 23, 24, 25, 28, skipping 29 for the moment, 30,
Kohlberger. Kohlberger. I forgot about Kohlberger.
30, and 34. Have you seen those photographs before?
I have.
And in general, what do those photographs depict?
They depict generally the exterior of the residence working to the interior of the residence. The front door would be number 6.
Without going into detail all of them, do they generally depict and document your search of the residence?
They do.
And are they fair and accurate representations of what the residence looked like, both outside and inside, during your search of the residence?
Yes.
At this time, I'd move to admit State's Exhibit 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
You had. Then you jumped to 19.
19, 20, 20A, 21, 22A, 22B, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28,
What are we
30.
counting?
31, 32, 33, and 34.
Any objection?
No objection.
That we receive without objection.
There's so much counting. So much incessant counting. My goodness.
A moment ago, you were starting to tell us how the residence faced and where it was. Can you just briefly describe that to us as we look at State's Exhibit 1?
Yes. The front of the residence faces to the south. There is a purple colored Nissan Cube and a driveway and a ramp that goes up in the front of the residence for a wheelchair.
And did you check?
I
the
think I
residence to
heard
see if
about
there are any
that.
Signs of 4th century.
Monica.
Did you find it?
I did not.
The one where he
We're looking
was.
at State's Exhibit 2.
I think I did hear about
Looking at
that.
the driveway of the residence, the southeast corner of the exterior.
Yeah, I need to do Kohlberger for sure. And I have my topic for Kohlberger too. What happened? Why is it not playing? Coldplay. There you go.
State's Exhibit 4.
Be the rear corner, which would be the north
I feel like there
side.
was a Netflix special. I feel like there was a Netflix special on
State's Exhibit
the
5.
one, the girl from
Looking at the
Plainville.
southwest corner of the residence.
And so in those exhibits 1 through 5, did we see all the windows and doors to the residence that you checked?
We did.
What are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 6?
We're looking at the front door leading to the entry, located on the south side porch.
And now what are we looking at in State's Exhibit 7?
Now we're looking from the front door that opens into the left. We're looking to the north down a long hallway.
So is that the door on the far left of the photograph there?
It is.
Okay. And then you said we're looking down the hallway. What is to our left if we were to step in and turn left?
That would be the living room.
And if we were to turn to our right, what would we find?
Immediately find a dining room, then a kitchen off just to the other side.
So we can see some of the appliances there.
Correct.
What we're looking at now.
We're looking at the dining room and partial kitchen.
And later, there's gonna be some items over here. What is this area of the kitchen?
That would be the corner of the table.
What are we looking at now? State's Exhibit 9.
We're looking at the west north wall of the living room. You have a couch and a wheelchair off to the left.
Is that what I'm highlighting there?
It is.
And this is a condition in which the living room was when you first entered the residence.
Yes.
Now what are you looking at in State's Exhibit 10?
Looking at the hallway to the north, we're looking at a bottle, spray bottle on the floor.
Is that what I've highlighted there?
Correct.
And what is this over here in the hallway?
That is a black baseball style cap.
As we walk down this hallway, what do we find to our left?
The first room to the left
Yeah.
is a storage room,
Okay, and then the next door?
would be a bathroom.
And is there a door beyond that?
There is a door beyond that, which would be a bedroom.
This is the
identified
juicy
as
stuff
just
right
Rose
here.
Blanchard's bedroom.
Okay, and if we go down this hallway, down at the far end to our right, what do we find?
That would be the bedroom belonging to Claudia Blanchard.
So Claudine Blanchard.
Claudia, yes.
We're looking at here and Stacy Goodall.
What the hell what is blurred out? Experts in the chat, what's blurred out? Oh my God, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm about to eat on this stream. I'm gonna mute my mic so you don't hear food sounds, but yeah, I don't know. Gypsy needs to thank God. Gypsy got a slap on the wrist. I'm telling you, Gypsy got a slap on the wrist. Gypsy got it. What is this blurred out on this bed? Experts in the chat, I need you to, crime scene investigators, people who can read pixels, I need you to come to the front. Find your way up here. Come on, sit down. What is that? Come on. While I show you my food, I'm going to show you my food because this is too good looking not to share. Okay? While you look at this, I'm going to put it back on the screen in just a second, but oh my goodness. Guys, make sure you hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. I mean, we looked at the crime scene photos in full. There was nothing on that bed that needed to be censored. So I don't know what they're going through to make them censor that like that. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure to like the stream. Hit that subscribe button. If you hit that subscribe button, I'll give you some of my food. We're at $9.97. We need 3 more subs for 1,000, okay? If you hit that subscribe button, I'll give you some of my food. You guys want to see? Oops, wrong button. Hang on. It's not good for you, but it's so good to you, right? Oh my gosh. When did this turn into a mukbang? Oh, I'm just hungry. I gotta eat. Girl gotta eat. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a foodie. If you didn't know that, now you know. All right, we're gonna continue. Here.
Down the hallway to the left.
Correct.
And what
Correct.
are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 12?
Room all the way down to the right, Claudine Blanchard, laying on a bed.
And is she in the bed here?
She is.
We're looking at here in State's Exhibit 19.
We're looking at a trash can next to the bed, would be on the east side of the bed against the wall. And there would be
And in State's Exhibit 20, is it just a close-up?
it is, and that would be like a white,
Is that depicted here in State's Exhibit 20A?
it is.
Where are we looking at now in State's Exhibit 21?
We're looking at the southwest corner of Claudine Blanchard's bedroom with a plastic bottle of suspected cleaning solution.
Similar to the bottle we saw in the hallway earlier.
Yes.
What are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 22?
This is an overall of the bathroom with a wheelchair in the center of the bathroom.
And we're going to get to it in a minute, but the laundry basket there over to the left by the tub.
Yes.
And then when you're looking in this room, you also look at the sink area there to the right and items beside the sink.
Correct.
We're looking at here in State's Exhibit 22A.
We're looking at the door leading into the bathroom, and we're
I
looking,
see something right there that I'm pointing at with the pointer. What was that consistent with in your training experience?
blood evidence.
And now in State's Exhibit 22B, what are we looking at?
The same thing close up.
State's Exhibit 23, what are we looking at?
We're looking at a disposable razor that's in a laundry basket.
And now State's Exhibit 24, what are we seeing?
Looking at a roll of paper towels next to the sink.
State's Exhibit 25, what is that?
That is the top section of the roll of paper towels with suspected blood.
And do you have that map pointer there?
Yes.
You may want to step down to show what he's talking about.
It does look like blood.
Talking about right here is we have droplets here, here, here.
Yeah, I see the blood for sure.
Sludge mark here.
I definitely see the little smudges of blood. What do I use on my face? Youth to the people.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 26, right? Application, you recognize that?
I love it.
I do.
And what is it?
That would be the recovered roll of paper towels.
And 26 is actually
Daily
the paper
cleansing.
bag,
I love it.
correct?
That is correct.
And it's the bag you can place that roll of paper towels from State's Exhibit 25 into?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because I've dated it, I placed my initials on the evidence tape.
And so this writing we see on the front of the bag, is that yours?
The writing here would be from Detective Wallace, who assisted at the scene. He was the crime scene.
Ken, you mentioned the evidence tape. How do you know that's your evidence tape?
That is my initials, my date.
And then on the front, next to the exhibit sticker,
That is a property evidence barcode. So that is a property evidence barcode. So when we fill those out, we place them onto the bag, so
and it identifies this as a roll of paper towels.
it does.
Now there's some blue tape on here as well. In your experience, what is that consistent with?
That could be consistent with a laboratory.
And this label on the back, is that also consistent with the lab?
It is.
Other than the fact that it has this bar sticker from the lab on the back and the blue tape from the lab, is this evidence bag with paper towels in substantially the same condition as when you took it from the residence at 2103 West Volunteer Street?
It is.
I move to admit case exhibit 26.
No objection.
To be admitted without objection.
I'm trying to hide myself eating this chicken.
What are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 27?
May I step down? Point it out?
Yes.
We're looking at suspected blood droplet here in the sink.
And did you do something to try to collect that suspected blood droplet from the sink?
I did.
What did you do?
Took a DNA swab.
And what are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 28?
We were looking at the swab here that was used to collect the sample. You can see the red stain on the check on the DA swab.
Okay, go ahead, have a seat.
Please don't scroll. Listen to me. My name is Hiba from Gaza, and I'm supposed to be studying for my medical school final exams these days. But rather than
I feel so bad for doing that,
Been
but I
marked
mean,
as State's Exhibit 29 for identification. Do you recognize that?
I do.
How do you recognize State's Exhibit 29?
It has my writing, the date, and my initials on the front for the evidence statement.
And does it also have a sticker and some blue tape consistent with the crime lab?
It does.
Other than the fact that it has those crime lab markings on it, 29.
29 would be the possible blood swab collected from the scene.
That we see in State's Exhibit 28.
Correct.
Other than the fact that it has the lab markings on it, is it in substantially the same condition as when you took that swab?
It is.
I move to admit State's Exhibit 29.
No objection.
To be received without objection.
All right, what are we looking at here now in State's Exhibit 30?
We're looking at receipts and the Missouri driver's license, Claudine Blanchard, as well as a
here's
debit
that
card.
stained glass I was telling y'all about. See that stained glass?
That's
I
where the
couldn't
house
see
is.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's in the kitchen area on the kitchen
You know what I'm
table.
saying?
All right, and so behind the kitchen table
Clocking.
up here, it looks like there's like mosaic or some kind of stained glass or something. What is it we're looking at up there on State's Exhibit 30?
Clocking.
That's actually a window covering over the window.
Clocking.
That looks kind of like stained glass
It does.
applied to it.
Imitation,
I think it's like a film.
it is.
Oh, it's a film. It's a cover.
State's Exhibit 31, what are we looking at?
We're looking at Claudine Blanchard's Missouri driver's license, as well as a debit card, and I believe another card.
And that's where you saw them on the table there.
Yes. I did,
Yeah, what we see in State's Exhibit 32.
yes.
So now what are we looking at in State's Exhibit 33?
On the left corner of the table, we're looking at a plastic tub.
Are you talking about this over here?
I am.
Okay. And do you find something of interest in that tub?
I did.
What was it?
It was a box of blue latex gloves.
Is that what we're looking at here in State's Exhibit 34?
It is.
That's a damn shame. Here are the gloves. Right there. Right there. Gloves right there.
Commissioner, what's been marked for identification in State's Exhibit 35. Do
Are
you
you
recognize
serious?
what's depicted in State's Exhibit 35?
I do.
In general, what is it?
It is a bank bag in the top left drawer of the dresser that's sitting next to the bed.
In which room?
Claudine Blanchard's room.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of that bag in that drawer?
It is.
I move to admit State's Exhibit 35.
No objection.
Be received without objection.
Will you use your pointer and point out the bank bag we're talking about?
Yes. It's right here, and it's the Community
Why
National
is it
Bank
tapping
bag,
like that?
top of the drawer.
And what is this item to the up and to the right of the bank bag?
That would be a roll of duct tape.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, but didn't Gypsy say it was Hello Kitty duct tape?
No objection.
Didn't
Receive
Gypsy say it
without
was Hello Kitty duct tape?
Will you use your pointer and point out the bank bag we're talking about?
Yes. It's right here, and it's the Community National Bank bag, top of the drawer.
And what is this item to the up and to the right of the bank bag?
That would be a roll of duct tape.
Okay, thank you. No further questions. Ms. Reed, anything?
No questions, Your Honor.
That was God's girl duct tape. Again, I tell you how much imagery they had, religious stuff they had. To say Gypsy went and did this to her mama. It's crazy. We hit 1K. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. We hit 1K. Thank you guys. That was my goal. Thank you guys so much for helping me hit 1K. Excuse me. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. I wish I could play a song, but knowing YouTube, they're going to snatch me completely off. 1K, let's go. Let's go. That's something to celebrate, guys. Wait a minute. Hang on. I want to show you guys so you guys can see. That's beautiful. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh. Just heard something really weird on my side of the screen. Hang on. We're on 29 minutes. Oh my God, Honey Bun, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. I wish I could play music, but there's not really much music I can play. Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, sorry. Hey, let's go. I'm sorry to scream in you guys' ear, but it's something to scream about. Am I right? I got a chicken wing in one hand, looking at Gypsy Rose's duct tape with the other. What? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. We're about to celebrate. That's it. Hang on. Can you guys hear anything? Can you guys hear anything at all? Okay, good. Dance break, dance break, dance break. Dance break. Dance break. And you guys can't judge my dancing. I'm probably gonna get I don't think they're not gonna bother me for one song. They're gonna let me do one song, right? They're gonna let me do one song, right? They're not gonna knock me off of here for one song, right? Oh, let's see. Let's see. Do you guys like rap? Everybody like rap, right? I absolutely love rap music. But we are at 1,000 subscribers, guys. We're at 1,000 subscribers. Whoa. Now that's a big one. So we are a fully verified, fully monetized YouTube partner. Whoa. Say what? Say what? I'll show you guys. We can put ads on our videos now. Okay, I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry. Okay, that was all right. Whew. Just were able to add ads, and now we're already doing things that don't make any sense. We're already doing things that don't make any sense. We just got it. And we're already acting up out of our mind. We need to stop. Say that for after the stream. Woo! Thank you guys so very much for that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the 1K. 1K is just one milestone on a step to many. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much. Now, let's get back into business, but that was fun. That was fun. Okay, let me find my video. You guys see that 1K right here? You guys see this 1K right here? Thank you guys so much for helping me hit that 1K. All right, so the Blanchard trial, we were on 29 minutes.
Wait.
No. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to edit that out before I post it. That was funny. Okay, wait, where were we? Right here.
Top of the drawer.
Thank you guys for all the congratulations. Thank you for the super chat.
That would be a roll of duct tape.
She said she only had Hello Kitty duct tape, though. She did say she only had Hello Kitty duct tape. Let's get that straight. And now all of a sudden she has that type of duct tape. What?
Okay, thank you.
Don't stop liking and subscribing, guys.
No questions, John. Okay, this witness be excused? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Officer, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, we can go about an hour and 10 minutes here. I think it might be a good time for a little break. I want to again remind you of what you were told at the first recess of the court. Until you retire to consider your verdict, you must not discuss this case among yourselves and others, or permit anyone to discuss it in your hearing. You should not form or express any opinion about the case until it's finally given to you to
Minnie
decide.
Mouse.
Do not do any research or investigation on your own about any matter regarding this case or anyone involved with the trial.
It was Minnie
Do
Mouse.
not communicate with others about the case by any means. Do not read, view, or listen to any newspaper, radio, electronic communication from the internet or television report of the trial. About 11:07, why don't we come back about 11:20? All righty? All rise. You're just in charge of the Jolly Ranchers. But you can pass them down. Let me know. We usually go with chocolate.
The one thing I can say about the judge is the judge seems pretty cool. The judge seems really cool. Like, he's so easygoing. He's not being a stickler about stuff. He's like, has the whole court laughing. What judge do you know that does that stuff? What judge do you know that does that stuff? Like, wow. Like, he's so easygoing. Look at
in the
him.
afternoon and Jolly Ranchers in the morning, if that's okay with everybody. All right. Mr. Patterson, and we're getting, I understand we ran out of hot chocolate, so we're getting more hot chocolate brought up.
Giving him hot
Mr.
chocolate.
Patterson, or
W, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state called Tom Vanderburg.
Sir, come on up. Are these lined up here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. How are you? Good. You probably swear that the testimony you're about to give in the cause now pending before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, have a seat. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please state your name?
Thomas J. Vanderburg.
And could you maybe spell your last name for the record?
It is Vanderberg.
Sir, what is your current occupation?
I am the chief forensic investigator with the Greene County Medical Examiner's Office.
In general, what is the Greene County Medical Examiner's Office?
The medical examiner's office is tasked by statute with investigating any sudden unexpected death or any death that is suspicious or caused by any kind of violence.
What are your current duties right now as chief forensic investigator?
As the chief forensic investigator, I supervise the 4 other investigators in the office. I assist with autopsies, I do death scene investigations, and I do the administrative paperwork side of the office also.
How long have you been chief forensic investigator?
17 years.
Before being the chief investigator, did you work for the medical examiner's office in another capacity?
Yes, I was an investigator for 4 years before becoming the chief investigator.
Was that pretty much the same duties without all the supervisor stuff?
It was actually mostly on-call, part-time. I also worked as a paramedic at that time.
And where did you work as a paramedic?
Hi, Michelle.
Worked
We're watching
my
the
last
trial.
5 years as a paramedic
get
here
1K.
in Springfield for Mercy Hospital.
It's a good night.
Where
I
did
got
you start your
chicken
career as a
wings,
paramedic?
honey,
I
lemon
started
pepper.
in Sioux
I was
City, Iowa.
starving.
I obtained
Good
EMT
night.
and then EMT
Good night.
intermediate and paramedic
Good
training
night to chill
through
and
Western Iowa
watch
Tech Community College. Worked in Sioux City, worked in
this
Southern
guy.
California, Nebraska, Montana, and then back to Iowa before
Explain
moving here.
his employment history.
And how many total years did you work as a paramedic?
20 years.
What is your educational background?
I have an associate's degree in police science. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration, and I have a master's degree in forensic science.
Did you initially receive some specialized training to become a paramedic?
Yes.
And what was that training?
That training was, it's a 1,200-hour paramedic training curriculum that includes classroom and practical training in emergency medicine, anatomy, physiology, pharmacology, and everything to do with working as a paramedic in pre-hospital care.
Then did you receive specialized training specifically in investigating death scenes?
Yes, Michelle, yes.
In January 1996, I attended the St. Louis University Medical Legal Death Investigation Training course. I also, later in 1996, attended the Medical Legal Death Investigation Training course put on by the State Medical Examiner in Iowa, which is where I was working at the time. And then I've taken multiple continuing education trainings in all different aspects of forensic investigation.
And do you have any certifications?
I am certified as a fellow by the American Board of Medical Legal Death Investigators.
As a forensic investigator, is it fair to say that your duties can be split up between investigation on scene and then assistance during autopsies?
Yes.
Can you describe what is it that you do as an investigator in general when you're actually on the scene?
At the death scene, we are summoned typically by law enforcement who is already there. Initially, on arrival, we make contact with the lead investigator from law enforcement, get a summary of what's going on. We start taking photographs of the outside of the scene and then photograph as we go into the scene, gather all the information we can about the deceased, and then we observe and record what we see at the scene, and then do a examination of the deceased, and then package the deceased for transportation for autopsy if that's required.
Then when you are assisting in an autopsy, what are your duties?
When I assist with the autopsy, typically it's myself and the forensic pathologist. I get the body out, weigh the body, get all the containers and everything set up for the autopsy. Then I take the photographs during the autopsy. I assist with measurements and weighing and documentation as directed by the pathologist. And then I also assist the pathologist in opening the body, removing the organs for their examination.
As the forensic pathologist is conducting the autopsy, are you also personally observing what, if any, injuries may be present?
Yes. The pathologist is on one side of the table, I'm on the other, and we're working together.
And does that include both the injury, if present, on the surface level of the body, as well as any damage that may be caused internally?
Yes.
And has your training and experience allowed you to
There
become
will be
familiar
a
with human
2K
anatomy?
party, hopefully, if I'm on live at that point in time, or a 2.5K party. I don't know. I just found the most disrespectful song with the nastiest beat that I could find, and I put it on because it's the song I've been bumping lately. I really like the song, and you know, it's a good feat. It's not an easy feat, I'll tell you that much. And it takes a lot of, like, I guess you could say it takes a lot of it takes a lot of perseverance, actually, because if your first few videos don't do well, you know, it's easy to say this is not going to work. You know, you have some people who have been on YouTube for 5 years and they don't have 1,000 subscribers. They don't have 1,000 watch hours. So I've had this account for years, for like 15 years, but I only started making content about 4 months ago. So I think to get to where I got 1,000 subscribers and all of those watch hours is really good. It's a really good feat. And if I can continue to make that slope go up, get more subscribers and more support from other channels and other niches of people, expand the reach, then there's no telling the limit. There's no telling the limit. The sky's the limit. But I feel like this goes with saying anything in life is like that. I feel like you can't just stop because it gets too hard or something like that. You just have to kind of see it through. You have to push through, you know? So if it's like, okay, if you truly see a future with it, I feel like if you don't see a future with it, then that's one thing. But if you don't see a future with it, then that could be different. If you don't see a future with it, that could be different. But the thing with me and YouTube is I see a future in it. So it's really different for me. That's why it's on my mind all the time. I don't want to think about nothing else. I don't want to talk to nobody, that type of thing, because it's always, what am I going to do for YouTube? What's the next thing? Why isn't this working? I need to optimize this, you know? So you always, you know, it's about keeping yourself inspired, I guess. With anything you do, it's about just keeping yourself inspired. Keeping yourself inspired, because there's been a ton of shit I've tried that just did not go. It didn't go. A ton of shit. You know, I've tried a ton of shit and it just did not go. I've tried different business things and I've tried all kinds of things that just didn't go, and I just wasn't feeling it, or, you know, things of that nature. But I feel like when you want something bad enough and you actually see that future for yourself, and you can see it, you can physically see it, and you look past your fears and actually believe in it, certain things start to change. So that's kind of how I'm going with this, and that's what I'm pushing through with this. So there's no it didn't work out, that type of thing. There's none of that with me in this. So see you later, Kimberly. We're at 1,001 subscribers. Thank you guys. Continue to like, follow, and subscribe. All right, let's get back into the action.
Anatomy.
Yes.
Which
Stop popping my chops. I'm just popping my chops. I'm going to have a glass of wine after the stream. I will have a glass of wine. You know. Can somebody tell me who this guy is? Can anybody tell me who this is? because I'm listening to his background and I'm hearing paramedic this, paramedic that. Is he the crime scene guy? Is he the crime scene guy? This guy is like, thank you, Lindsay. It's wonderful. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a really great feeling because wow, 15 years, determined for sure. Sorry, so chatty. I just had my night meds. Yeah, I've had this account for 15 years. And I didn't post anything on it. I didn't post anything on it for 15 years. I've just been I've been somebody who watched. But sorry, I'm getting more chatty. What is this? Somebody just texted me. Oh, that's so sweet. My cousin texted me congratulations. Oh, look at that. You saw the confetti? Let me cover her text. But you guys can see? Nobody can see that. Nobody can see it because it's blurred out. You can kind of see she said congratulations. See? That's so nice. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to chat for a little bit. Where the hell was I? always get stuck on a very good thought and then it just falls through. The first thing I did when I went on Instagram to share my Instagram with you guys, Gypsy popped up. She must know I'm talking about her. She popped up. The first person that pops up was Gypsy when I got on Instagram. Right here. First person. The first person. Like, what's going on? I'm gonna leave her. I'm gonna leave Gypsy alone. I'm not gonna even entertain this. Cause I see her on her little Instagram. I don't know what she got going on. I really don't. But like, I don't know. But as I was saying before that, girl. but as I was saying, I've had my Instagram for 15 years. This account for 15 years, right? So, and I never posted anything. I just was an avid watcher. I was an avid watcher. Someone who watched. Keep it here. Keep it here. I watch YouTube. I didn't watch anything else. I only wanted to watch YouTube. YouTube. I like a lot of different content. Right? Music. I even like the pranks. I like that my mother is a huge true crime buff. I like it too, but I liked it for more of the scandal side of things. You know, like those conspiracy ones. Love those. People talking about just certain scandalous stuff. So I kind of like that. And then I just found people who were just doing it and I was watching them and they made it seem so fun to have a community who they could talk to and they made videos and it felt like they were speaking directly to me. So I said, why don't I just make a YouTube so I could speak directly to people? And I know exactly who the creators are that made me start doing YouTube. I'm not gonna mention them, but they're not even in the same niche. It's just the fact that seeing them go through what they went through and they can still find a way to get on YouTube. They can still find a way to get on YouTube, create an audience, have a voice, and climb to the top, despite all of what happened in the past for them. And that makes me think, like, shit, I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? I can do that shit too. You feel me? Yes, I can do that too. Perfect. I can do it too. So that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. I'm new to true crime. I kind of got adopted into the true crime family. I got adopted into the true crime family. Yeah, I got adopted. Yeah, I'm an adopted child into the true crime family. Yes, not blood related, but I am adopted. I feel like I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated with the true crime family. But yeah, so I always had an issue with posting myself on social media. So I felt like, you know what? Everybody else does it. Why can't I do it? I have a voice as well. So I just posted myself. And I was like, who cares what people think about my content? Who cares what people think about me? You know, my looks, my appearance. It was always, what if someone says something mean? What if somebody says a hateful comment? Or how am I going to be able to, you know? And I kind of just said, but how many positive comments am I going to get? You know, I looked at it from the other side of the coin. So that's what prevented me from, I guess, doing something like this for a long time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Gypsy's striking channels, and I just, she didn't strike mine or anything, but, yeah. I don't know. She's just minding her business on Instagram. But like that was the first thing I saw when I popped up on Instagram. Like, girl. But let's get back to this, and we're gonna do a little bit more of this. And then we can chat for a little bit, and then I'm gonna wrap it up for the night, guys. Gypsy Alphabet Vid. You've been here for a minute then. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I want to see you guys' opinion on me on other topics too, outside of Gypsy. I gotta do some research. As soon as I get off here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get off here, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna get that. No. I told myself I was gonna take the weekend off, and now I'm thinking about another video topic. It's like YouTube is good, in my opinion, because you always have milestones to hit. So each milestone gives you a little bit more encouragement. Each milestone gives you a little bit more oomph to keep going. Like that 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I don't want to stop now. Like each milestone, each time you hit more subscribers, more likes, more comments, that boosts your self-esteem, or your confidence in your content. So I feel like the milestones within YouTube, wanting to hit the next one and the next one. Yeah, the scandal stuff is always good, Anarchy. The scandal stuff is great. I love the scandal stuff. I'm trying to build my own niche. You know how you can build a bear? I'm trying to build the niche. It's called the scandal niche. I don't think I built that niche. But, you know, I'm still trying to define my niche, and that's okay, you know? I've been adopted into the true crime niche, which I have no problem with, you know? But I still absolutely love that conspiracy stuff. I love that documentary stuff. I love, 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 love that type of stuff. like the quirky, the weird, the cult theories, that type of stuff. I absolutely love that stuff. Like the topic that you guys told me about, Scientology and that woman in Scientology. What is that about? Can y'all explain that to me? That's what I'm going to watch. That's what I'm going to do research on as soon as I get off. That woman. Okay, I'm going to go get some wine, but we're going to let this play. You guys, I want notes when I come back. I'm going to go grab some wine really quick for a celebratory toast. I don't drink often, guys, but I think this one fits the occasion. Hang on. Boop. I want notes when I get back. Who'll hunt me down? Wait, who'll hunt me down? I need to know.
Specific training.
All the way through EMT and paramedic training, death investigation training. In my forensic master's degree, we had 2 forensic pathology courses that went heavily into anatomy and physiology of the body.
And then has a portion of your training experience also been on being able to determine what mechanisms cause certain injuries?
Yes.
In which specific parts of your training?
And mechanism of injury was very important in pre-hospital care and paramedic training because you had to anticipate injuries that didn't show up right away by examining the mechanism of injury and what could possibly be injured that you don't see right away.
I'd like to call your attention to the early morning hours of June 15th of 2015. Were you called out to 2103 West Volunteer Way?
Yes, I was.
Can you describe what initially brought you to that location?
I was called by the sheriff's office with the information that there was a homicide at that location.
When you arrived on scene, about what time of day or night was it?
I arrived on the scene shortly before 2 a.m.
Fair to say there were a lot of police and other personnel there?
Yes.
When you first arrived on scene, what were some of the first things that you did?
I met with Detective Stanley, who was the lead investigator at the scene, got a synopsis of what was happening, that there was a deceased female, that they had gone into the residence, done their initial observations, but had not touched the body at that point. At that point, we put on protective clothing, a Tyvek suit, boot covers, gloves, photographed the external area of the scene, and then we entered through the front door of the residence.
Once you were inside the residence, what did you do?
Took photographs going through of the kitchen, dining area, living room, bathroom, and another bedroom that the door was open, and then started photographing into the room where the decedent was.
I'm back,
and did you later learn her name was Claudine Blanchard?
Yes.
Once you were in the room where Ms. Blanchard's body was, how did you conduct your investigation?
We start from the doorway, noting the condition of the room, what lights are or aren't on, position of furniture, position of other items around the room, and then work into the body, observing the body in the position found, and with, in this case, the coverings, the bed coverings, covering most of the body.
Did you ultimately observe any injuries?
Yes. As we went up to the actual body, there were several defects which appeared from sharp injury through the back of the clothing. She was laying face down on the bed. Arms were up with hands kind of underneath her face, and there was blood saturating the back of the nightgown that she was wearing, and blood also on the bed.
Once you made those observations, then what was the next thing you did?
And then once we moved the bedding down, moved the clothing up, we did observe several apparent stab wounds across the upper back.
Yeah. Aside from the injuries that you've talked about, was there anything else that you could determine about the condition of Ms. Blanchard's body?
Rigor mortis was passing, which takes 24 to 36 hours for rigor mortis to be firm and then start to pass after 24 to 36 hours. Her rigor mortis was passing. Her face and the dependent level of her body, the front, was very dark, and the skin was starting to slip when we moved her body, which is another indication that death had been at least 36 hours prior.
Then did you eventually make arrangements to have Ms. Blanchard's body transported for autopsy?
Medical
Yes,
examiner? Yep.
Rolled her over, looked for other injuries, secured her in a body bag. We put a identification tag on the left ankle at the scene, and then we put a locking seal on the body bag. We, at this scene, had another investigator who came out with the van, and we transported her to the medical examiner's office at that point.
Is that then when her autopsy was conducted?
Her autopsy was conducted, I believe we started just before 1 o'clock that same day in the afternoon.
In general, I should have asked this earlier, what is an autopsy?
An autopsy is a complete examination of the body used to determine the cause of death and help to determine the manner of death.
Did you assist in Ms. Blanchard's autopsy?
Yes, I did.
Who was the medical examiner or forensic pathologist?
Dr. Jeff Harkey was the medical examiner at that point.
And was there anyone else present during the autopsy besides yourself and Dr. Harkey?
Yes, there were detectives from the Greene County Sheriff's Office that were present at the autopsy.
In a case like this of a suspected homicide, is that unusual to have law enforcement there while you're doing the autopsy?
No, that is standard, that law enforcement attends any autopsy for a suspicious death.
Prior to examining Ms. Blanchard's injuries, did you do some preliminary evidence collection?
Once the body bag is open and we put evidence bags on the hands at the scene, those bags are removed one at a time. The hands are photographed. We did collect all the specimens for a sexual assault kit, which is standard in a homicide that we do that. That included clipping the nails, swabs of the mouth, vaginal swabs and rectal swabs, and combings and pulled hairs, both pubic and head hairs.
And specifically with the swabbing of the mouth, what's that called?
It's a buccal swab, and it's a swab that we just rub the inside of the cheek for any DNA material that may be there.
And in your experience, is that type of swab of the cheek typical to obtain a sample of that person's own DNA?
Yes.
Now, when you were collecting the swabs from Ms. Blanchard, what did you do with them after you had collected them?
I collected the swabs and handed them directly to one of the detectives from the sheriff's office, who then packaged those and collected the whole kit.
Did you make any preliminary observations on the clothing of Ms. Blanchard?
She was wearing a nightgown, and it had multiple holes in the back and a few holes on the side, I believe.
Then after the preliminary examination, did you go ahead and examine Ms. Blanchard's body for injury?
Yes,
And did you photograph that process?
yes, I did.
They kept asking Nick if he had done anything sexual to or with the body in the interrogation. Wonder what the autopsy said about that. Yeah. They asked him that for a reason, too. I don't think they just asked him that for no reason. I don't know. Kind of suspicious. Kind of sus. Kind of sus in my opinion. Just a little bit suspicious. Just a little bit suspicious.
First, show you what.
And then they started talking about that blue liquid, remember?
State's exhibits.
What the hell?
13
is that about?
Through 18.
No.
If you could just take a
You
second.
guys,
and look
please
at those.
like the stream. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please like that stream. And please hit that subscribe button, guys. You can do podcasts on here. That's cute.
Do you recognize those?
Yes.
What are they?
Those are photographs from the scene of Ms. Blanchard as she was found in her bed and then packaged in a body bag.
And do the images of Ms. Blanchard in those photographs fairly and accurately depict how she looked when you saw her?
Yes.
Then I'm going to show you what I have marked as State's Exhibits 36 through 41. If you could take a moment and look through those.
You're right, Sarah. You're right. 100% right. The public defender didn't care shit about him.
Those are photographs taken at the autopsy of Ms. Blanchard.
And do they fairly and accurately reflect how she
It
looked
is what it
during the
is. I
autopsy?
mean, he did.
Yes.
And then lastly, State's Exhibit 42. Do you recognize what that is?
That is a short form Missouri death certificate.
And is that for Claudine Blanchard?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would seek to admit.
Public defender does not. The public defender gets paid bare minimum. Bare minimum. And they hear the story, the way they heard the story, they probably don't want to do much to help him. To be honest. Do you think an attorney that the state gives you is going to fight for you? That's funny. You think a free attorney is going to fight for you? That's absolutely hilarious. Huh. Money talks. Money talks. A free attorney is never going to fight for you as hard as one you pay your hard-earned money for. A free attorney is there to collect a check and do the bare damn minimum because they're burnt out. They're doing that day in and day out. They don't care. I'm not saying all of them don't care, but a good amount of them do not care. They don't care. They do not care. They don't care if the people that they're representing go to jail. They know they probably will. Because a lot of their clients do go to jail. I'm not even being funny. A lot of their clients do go to jail. They do. It just is what it is. Public defender was not good enough for this. Especially with the complexities of the case that we know today. Public defender is not going to cut it. Public defender is not going to cut it. Public defender does not care. Public defender does not care. Public defenders do not make that much money. They don't. And I'm not even saying that to be like an asshole. I'm not saying it to be an asshole. I'm saying they spend lots of money. Well, kids spend a lot of money to go to law school. A lot. Especially private school. Like $200,000. They're not. The moral of the story is, if you want to stay out of jail, don't get a public defender. And I feel like the fact of the matter is he just couldn't afford it. His family couldn't afford it. You know? His family couldn't afford it. Right? That's mostly what happens. It's mostly what happens. Because in my opinion, if somebody's paying me $30,000 to represent them, and then another person's paying me nothing, you know, sometimes the ball rolls in weird ways. Yeah, he's horrible. He's horrible. He literally goes up there and said, "We're not contesting." He goes up there and said, "We're not contesting that Nick did this." He definitely did. We just want you to consider different forms of homicide for him. Okay, what are they? What are the sentences carry? What are the definitions of those other forms? Like, are you talking manslaughter? Are you talking second-degree murder? What are the definitions of those? Define them for the jury. How does your client fit within those terms? You said nothing. You said absolutely nothing. And Nick doesn't know any better to say, what the hell? No, you don't know any better. But I feel like if you would have had a super lawyer up there, Nick wouldn't be doing life. Nick wouldn't be doing life. If the roles were reversed and Gypsy had Nick's lawyer and Nick had Gypsy's lawyer, it'll be a whole, somebody would be up the shit creek. I can tell you that much. I can just put that much into it. Lawyers take it a long way when it comes to your freedom. How they argue a case to the jury. How you present the evidence is very important in court. You know? How you present that evidence in that courtroom is very important. A public defender gets to go home and go to sleep at night. They really don't have to be extraordinary for anyone. They're just given a case. You know? So I didn't like the way he was. I didn't like the way he was at all. I did not like the public defender. His opening statement, horrible, terrible, horrible, horrible. The prosecutor isn't even that good. The prosecutor isn't even that good. The prosecutor's opening statement was weak. To say you have someone who, somebody, you should have the jury shivering over there. You're so calm. You're so mannerable. The prosecution was even weak. But he seemed strong when the defense came behind him. You know what I mean? So I feel like lawyers have a role to play in this too. Everybody has to play their role. So much evidence that was suppressed because of her plea deal. That is not due process. Yep. I mean, it happens. It happens, guys. It happens. It happens. Things aren't always fair. And it's, it happens. It happens. Trust me, I know. Yep. I know. Had only one expert that testified in these issues, one having his teachers, his parents, his extended families. They can't tell you that. I don't know. Because they're public defenders. And in my opinion, they do the bare minimum. I've seen them when I did internships in high school. I've seen a lot of public defenders come in and out of court. They really, like, the ones I saw seem like stressed out people. They seem like they wanted to rip their hair out to me. This was back in around 2015, around the same time, but like they seemed like they wanted to rip their hair out. No joke. They're stressed. So I mean, what scares the heck out of me is her deal and his conviction are matters of case law now. So the next demon to convince someone with Nick's sort of issues to commit a crime for them, they are, I guess she was getting ready to say, they are, liable to be charged. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. And, I feel like to a certain extent, why this case intrigues me so much, I feel like we're never going to get to the bottom of this. That's why people are so stuck on it, because it's intriguing. It's not open, shut. This case is not open, shut. Somebody's not saying something. And I know it. I just can't put my finger on something that's not being said. Some people are saying, oh, Nick didn't really do it. Now, I'm not going to go that far. I think he did. I truly believe he did. But something's missing. And that's why people are so stuck on it, because they're like, something's not right about this. To this day, something's wrong. To this day, I feel something's wrong with this whole situation. And I feel like that's why it's coming back up. Her getting out of jail did bring it to the forefront. But I feel like with them being on social media and everything, something's just off. Something's off. And I don't know what it is. Yeah, Dee Dee was sick. I said it in one of my videos, Love Shack Sarah. In one of my previous videos I did, I said Dee Dee was sick. Point blank, period. She was not starving you. We saw all the food, the cookies, the chips, the sodas, everything around the house. We saw how sick she was. Dee Dee was. I don't think she was just beating you and starving you. In my opinion, I can't see it happening like that. Somebody made a good point. If he could have came on the bus and went to you, why couldn't you get on the bus and go to him? Why? Why? Like I said in my video yesterday, Nick was Gypsy's weapon. Nick was Gypsy's weapon. Nick was Gypsy's weapon. Lethal weapon. Nick was in the wrong. I cannot forgive Nick. I cannot grant immunity for Nick. I cannot grant immunity to Nick because of what he did and the manner in which he did it. I can't just grant full immunity to Nick. I can't do it. But I do realize as a prudent person that he wouldn't have been in that situation had not Gypsy been behind the trigger. We understand that. We all agree on that. We all agree. So when she goes on a podcast and say, he's the one who did the actual this, I had a part to do with it, but he's the one that did the actual this. Sickening, right? It's just not okay. It's not okay. From what the text messages said, from what I was reading from the text message records, she told him that her mom kicked her out and she was on the porch. He was on the porch. She was on the porch. I feel like if Nick met another woman that he was head over heels in love with, that fed into his fantasies, there's a chance that somebody else could be in danger. Right? Nick could learn from prison and never want to go back, and no one could be in danger, but is that a risk that we are willing to take? Well, we're taking it with Gypsy. I mean, hell, we're taking it with her. Honestly, that's how I feel. I feel like if she's out, she said she was sleeping in a bush 2 nights before. She was sleeping in a bush, and she was ready. She was ready for him to come down because she was 100,000% in. That's what the text message said. And we go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole, but at the end of it, we just know that I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it'll be reopened. I think it's a closed case. I think they're just going to let it be and let us just continue to think about what would have been or what could have been or what have you, but it's concerning when the public can see something, but the authorities, they're glazing over something, you know? Because we can see, like, we can obviously see, like, what's going on here, you know, that type of thing. All right. All right, we got halfway through. Well, no, we got a little bit more than halfway through the murder trial day one. Ooh, I can't be saying that word. Okay. We got halfway through that, guys. We've been online for about 2.5 hours. We're going to be wrapping it up here soon. Let's see here. They may be able to reopen it. They may be able to, but I feel like it's been too long. You know? Might be able to appeal something. We've covered the motions. We've covered the trial jury instructions. We covered both opening statements. Like I said, both were weak in my opinion, but the defense didn't even try. And we're on day one. We're halfway through day one. So we're kind of working our way through Gypsy Rose and Nick. Nick's trial. Gypsy Rose plea dealed for 8 years. She had 10 years initially, but she got 8. And she's on parole as we speak for a little bit long, for less than a year, I think. I did a video on, I'll actually show you guys here. I did a video on this one here. This is Gypsy testifying on the stand. This is Gypsy testifying on the stand, everybody. And I definitely went into that specifically. So we don't have to, I'm doing this live stream, going through everything, talking, having this as a conversation piece. But if you guys want to see Gypsy's part, like get to the good meat, this is it right here. I posted that yesterday, last night. And Inside the Bizarre TikTok Cult is here and here. And this is the viral video from 11 days ago. Shocking crime scene photos you never saw. Right here. Just give all of these a check. And if you want to know everything Gypsy Blanchard that I've done, you can go to the Gypsy Rose Blanchard playlist right here under playlists. Make sure to check out my community tabs. We have polls in there about if you want to see, hang on, let me make it a little bit bigger. If you want to see a live that day, what type of videos you guys want to see, all types of things in the community tab. I'm going to go make a post in there for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We have a few little playlists here. We have the Quiet on Set playlist, the Dancing for the Devil playlist, the Gypsy Rose playlist, and the A to Z Scandals playlist. This is
my friend Kamala.
Okay. This is the playlist I got us started. So we got the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. I wanted to kind of challenge myself and do a playlist of all of the little A to Z. We're still going through that. Gypsy Rose blew up a little bit. She went viral. So that's where she got her own playlist. Girl went famous. Girl went viral on my channel. So she has her own little playlist right here. Guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram, look up Lindsay Unfiltered. Lindsay Unfiltered. This is me right here. I have Lindsay Unfiltered with 2 D's. Okay. If you guys want to follow me on Threads, it's the same. Lindsay Unfiltered with 2 D's. I post daily updates of my sub count. And on here on my Instagram, I post really, really good quotes, inspirational stuff. If you're looking for a pick-me-up, you're going to find it on my Instagram, right? I post pictures of myself. I post pictures of the studio. I post pictures of all of those things and stuff like, oops, you guys can't even see it. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you so much, Love Shack Sarah. I'm trying to show you guys the Instagram. You guys can't even see it. Here's my Instagram, Lindsay Unfiltered. If you guys want to follow me, you can. I talk about cult stuff. The newest cult that I did a video on. There you go. And I always have some positive quotes on here. It always seems impossible until it's done. That's Motivation Monday. I always have some type of, I showed the studio here. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. So make sure, hit me up on Instagram. I'm trying to grow that. But it's a backup page, It's nothing that I am looking to grow or like pushing really hard to grow. But I do post on here. If it blows up, it blows up. It's just something to have as a way to connect with people. Yep, so that's that. Like I said, guys, check out my playlist. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you like the last two videos, Gypsy Rose, Blanchard on the Stand, Inside the Bizarre TikTok Cult, Inside the 7M. Make sure you like all those. Make sure you like the shorts. If you guys haven't seen the shorts, they're little clips of my long videos. Make sure you guys are in the live, but I save the lives after. This one I might have to cut a large chunk out of, but that's okay. Community tab is where the community comes together. We do polls and all of those things. I'm trying to make it as community based, and I want you guys to be able to contribute as much as you can. Now, this is my stuff. This is my stuff, guys. Don't worry about it. That's my stuff. So, guys, I want you guys to all have a great night. I hope you guys this weekend will be good. I hope you guys this week was good. Anything you guys are going through, just keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. Keep pressing on. Keep pressing on. Keep pressing on. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. You guys are going to be good. You guys will be fine. Trust me. You'll be fine. Just keep pressing on. Keep pressing on. Keep pressing on. Keep pressing on. Who are you talking about? You're talking about Miss Netta? Let me stop. Keep pressing on. Keep moving through. If you have a bad day, you're going to have a good day the next day. And if you have 2 bad days, you might have 2 good days. Or you might have a bad week. But the thing about it is, trouble don't last always. So just keep going. Keep going. That's all I can tell you. Keep going. Pick up one thing. You know what I'm saying? Pick up one thing, drop another. Pick up one thing, drop another. Ha, you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I need to finish doing my hair. And I need to clean up my act. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you. But yeah, I need to go. I need to do research. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna probably fall asleep after this stream. I need to get on TikTok and watch creators TikTok for 11. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna chill, and I'm probably gonna watch a documentary or 2 tonight. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye now.